Every morning you wake up and before your feet even touch the ground, your mind is already under attack. Thoughts about yesterday's mistakes, worries about today's problems, doubts about tomorrow's future. And if you don't take control in those first moments, your mind will run on autopilot, and autopilot will always take you back to fear, to comfort, to excuses. This is why what you listen to every morning matters, not music, not noise, not the same voices that keep telling you to stay the same. You need something that resets your mind, something that reminds you who you are and who you can become. Because the truth is, your life doesn't change in one big moment. It changes in the small moments you repeat every single day, and the morning is the most powerful moment of all. Today, I want you to reset your mind with 3 truths, 3 reminders you must hear every morning if you want to become stronger, more focused, and impossible to stop. Every morning you wake up, your mind is already moving before your body even leaves the bed. Thoughts start running without permission. Memories from yesterday, worries about today, fears about tomorrow. And if you are not careful in those first few moments, your mind will go exactly where it has always gone. Toward doubt, toward stress, toward the same patterns that have been holding you back for years. This is why the first battle of every day is not outside in the world. The first battle is inside your head. And if you lose that battle in the morning, you will spend the rest of the day trying to recover from a fight you never prepared for. Most people don't realize how powerful the morning really is. They wake up and the first thing they do is grab their phone. They look at messages, news, social media, problems, expectations, comparisons. Before they even take a deep breath, the world has already told them how to feel. The world tells them they are behind. The world tells them to worry, to hurry, to panic. And when you start your day like that, you are not living your life, you are reacting to it. You are letting outside noise decide your inside state. Strong people understand something different. They understand that if you don't control your thoughts, someone else will. If you don't choose your mindset, the world will choose it for you. And the world does not choose confidence for you. The world does not choose discipline for you. The world does not choose courage for you. Those things must be chosen on purpose every single morning. Psychologists say that most of our thoughts are repeated every day. The same fears, the same doubts, the same stories we keep telling ourselves. That means if you wake up negative today, you will probably wake up negative tomorrow unless you break the pattern. Your brain follows what it is used to, not what you want. That is why you must reset it. You must interrupt the automatic thinking before it turns into an automatic life. Think about the people who perform at the highest level. Athletes, soldiers, leaders, entrepreneurs. They don't wait until pressure comes to prepare their mind. They prepare their mind before the day even begins. There are Olympic athletes who spend years training their bodies, but they also spend hours training their thoughts. Visualization, positive repetition, mental focus, because they know the body only goes where the mind allows it to go. If the mind breaks, the performance breaks. If the mind stays strong, the body finds a way. There is a story about a man who struggled with confidence his entire life. Every morning he woke up already feeling like he was losing. He compared himself to everyone, doubted every decision, and expected failure before he even tried. One day someone told him something simple: control the first 10 minutes of your morning and you will start to control your life. At first it sounded too small to matter, but he tried it. Instead of checking his phone, he sat in silence. Instead of thinking about problems, he repeated words that reminded him who he wanted to become. Instead of rushing into the day, he prepared his mind for it. Weeks passed, then months, and something started to change. His life didn't suddenly become perfect, but his reactions changed. His focus changed. His confidence started growing, not because the world became easier, but because his mind became stronger. This is the truth most people never learn. The world is loud. The world is negative. The world will test you every day. If you don't decide what you believe about yourself, the world will decide for you. If you don't remind yourself of your purpose, the world will distract you from it. If you don't speak strength into your mind, weakness will speak first. So every morning you must take control before the noise begins, before the doubts start talking, before the pressure shows up. You must remind yourself that your past does not own today. Your mistakes do not own today. Your fears do not own today. Today belongs to the person you decide to be right now. And that decision starts in your thoughts. Always in your thoughts, because the life you live on the outside will always follow the story you repeat on the inside. Most people think their life will change in one big moment. one opportunity, one decision, one lucky break, and suddenly everything will be different. But that's not how real change works. Real change happens quietly. It happens in the small things you do every day when nobody is watching. It happens in the choices that feel too small to matter. Waking up a little earlier, doing the work when you don't feel like it, staying focused when your mind wants to quit. Small daily discipline doesn't look powerful in the moment, but over time, it becomes the force that resets your entire life. The problem is that people underestimate the power of repetition. They think missing one day doesn't matter. They think being lazy today won't affect tomorrow. They think they can wait until they feel motivated. But life does not change when you feel motivated. Life changes when you become consistent. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Discipline is what carries you on the days when your energy is low, when your mood is off, when nothing feels exciting. And those are the days that actually shape who you become. Look at anyone who has built something great. Athletes don't become champions in one workout. They become champions by training every day, even when their body hurts, even when the results don't show yet. Successful students don't pass exams because of one night of studying. They pass because they showed up every day, page by page, lesson by lesson, even when they felt tired. Strong people are not strong because life is easy for them. They are strong because they kept doing the small things long enough for those small things to turn into big results. There is a reason why morning routines are talked about so much, not because waking up early is magic, but because it teaches control. When you wake up with intention, you start the day by proving to yourself that you are in charge. When you make your bed, when you exercise, when you listen to something that makes you think stronger thoughts, you are telling your mind that today will not control you. You will control today. And that feeling carries into everything else you do. Think about the opposite. Think about the days when you wake up late, rush out of bed, skip the things you know you should do, and start the day already feeling behind. Nothing terrible happened, but the whole day feels harder. Your focus is weaker. Your patience is shorter. Your confidence drops. That is the power of small habits working against you instead of for you. There are people who changed their entire life by changing just one daily action. One man decided he would read 10 pages every day, no matter what. 10 pages didn't feel like much, but after a year, he had read more books than he had in the previous 10 years. His knowledge grew, his thinking changed, his opportunities changed, not because of one big decision, but because of a small discipline repeated every day. Your life right now is the result of what you repeat. If you repeat excuses, your life will stay the same. If you repeat effort, your life will move forward. If you repeat discipline, your life will reset itself without you even noticing at first. The results come later, but they always come. So don't wait for the perfect moment to change everything. Create a small habit and protect it. Do it when you feel motivated and do it when you don't. Do it when it's easy and do it when it's hard. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, your mind becomes stronger. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, your future becomes different. And one day you will look back and realize your life didn't change all at once. It changed because of the small daily discipline you refused to break. Most people wake up every day looking at their life through the rear view mirror. They think about who they used to be, what they did wrong, mistakes they made, the chances they missed, the times they failed when they should have been stronger. And without realizing it, they start living today as the same person they were yesterday. Not because they have to, but because that is the story they keep telling themselves. When you remind yourself every day of who you were, you slowly convince yourself that you can never become anything more. And that is how people stay stuck for years, not because they don't have potential, but because they never change the picture they see in their own mind. Your mind believes what you repeat. If you repeat that, you are weak. Your actions will follow weakness. If you repeat that, you always quit. Your body will look for the exit the moment things get hard. If you repeat that you are not good enough, you will stop trying before you even begin. The brain builds patterns based on what it hears the most. And for many people, the loudest voice they hear every day is their own doubt. That is why some people have talent but never use it, dreams but never chase them, opportunities but never take them. They are not controlled by reality. They are controlled by the identity they keep repeating in their head. But the moment you start reminding yourself of who you are becoming instead of who you were, everything begins to shift. Your focus changes, your energy changes, your decisions change. When you see yourself as someone who is growing, you start doing things that a growing person would do. When you see yourself as someone who is disciplined, you start acting with discipline even when it feels uncomfortable. When you see yourself as someone who refuses to quit, quitting stops feeling like an option. Think about how many people stay trapped because of one mistake from their past. They failed once, so now they believe they're a failure. They trusted the wrong person, so now they believe they can never trust again. They tried something and it didn't work, so now they believe nothing will ever work. They carry old versions of themselves like chains, and every step forward feels heavy because they never put those chains down. But the truth is, your past is not your prison unless you decide to live in it. There is a reason why athletes, soldiers, and high performers use visualization. They don't just train their body, they train their identity. They see themselves winning before the game starts. They see themselves finishing before the race begins. They see themselves standing strong before the pressure even arrives. This is not imagination for fun. This is preparation for reality. Because when your mind accepts the person you are becoming, your actions start moving in that direction without you forcing them. There was a man who spent most of his life believing he was average. Average student, average job, average confidence. Every time he wanted to try something bigger, a voice in his head would say, "That's not you. You're not that kind of person." One day, he realized something simple but powerful. He had been repeating the same identity for years without questioning it. So he decided to change the words he said to himself every morning. Instead of saying, "I hope things get better," he started saying, "I am becoming stronger." Instead of saying, "I always mess things up," he started saying, "I learn every time I try." At first, it felt fake, like he was lying to himself, but he kept going. Weeks turned into months, and slowly his actions started matching the new story. He took chances he would have avoided before. He stayed consistent when he would have quit before. Nothing magical happened overnight, but his direction changed. And once direction changes, results follow. You have to understand that the person you become tomorrow is built by what you believe about yourself today. If you keep reminding yourself of your worst moments, you will keep recreating them. If you keep reminding yourself of your limits, you will keep living inside them. But if you remind yourself every day of the person you are working to become, your mind will start looking for ways to make that real. So stop introducing yourself to the world as the person you used to be. Stop waking up and replaying the same old story. Stop giving your past the power to decide your future. You are not here to stay the same. You are not here to repeat the same year again and again. You are here to grow, to change, to become someone stronger than the person you were yesterday. And that change begins the moment you start reminding yourself every single day, not of who you were, but of who you are becoming. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, don't let your mind drift. Don't let yesterday decide today. Don't let fear speak louder than your purpose. Reset your mind. Take control of your thoughts. Build discipline in the small things. Remind yourself who you are becoming. Listen to something that makes you stronger. Listen to words that wake you up inside. Listen to the voice that tells you to keep going when quitting feels easier. Do this every morning, not once, not sometimes, every day. And one day you'll look back and realize your life didn't change in a single moment. It changed the morning you decided to take control of your mind.